Hey guys, so I'm Max Infeld. I'm an early crypto artist. Been with Curio Cards, worked on the game Alien Worlds. Anyway, super excited to be here today to learn about Safex from Dabek himself. Um, Safex is an OG project. Excited to learn about where it's been, some of the trials and tribulations and overcomings. Just super excited to be here. So, Dan, what is the state of Safex and the Safex marketplace?
Yep. Thanks a lot, Max. Thanks everybody for coming through today. Basically, today Safex is a live product. We've implemented the entire marketplace and launched it around December 23rd, 2020. And since then, we've got about 1,200 registered sellers. We've sold just under 700 sales, and for the last few years, it's been purring and working. Staking works, and rev share comes right out of the tokens. Pretty exciting development. Basically, everything that I planned out in 2017, technologically wise, came through to fruition. And yeah, to a lot of industry people in e-commerce were very interested in that development. And yeah, the world is pretty okay. It's been a big lift, and that technological lift has occurred. And you could see on the GitHub, you could see on the safex.org website. There's now a nonprofit organization that kind of made it more structured in 2020 in order to facilitate and see through the completion of the marketplace development. So yeah, 2020, Safex is done. In terms of the marketplace development, it's live. People use it. People are mining. Yeah. Um, today I'm in SF. Just moved back to San Francisco, and just in the heart of the place where this all started. I actually started Safex out in San Francisco in 2015, and it's good to be back among the pioneers and the good weather, and the good routines that lead to massive success.
Awesome, man. Yeah, it's great to hear. Well, yeah, welcome back to Cali, man. Yeah, and I see you posting awesome content on Twitter, talking about Safex, and yeah, just really curious, like, what prompted you to host this space? I've seen you jump in on some other ones, but I haven't seen you want to host one. So yeah, just curious what you could share. What was your motivation in doing this space?
That's a good question. So as you can see, I'm on my account, Dan Dabek, whereas most of people today know me from official Dabek. And that's super important because as we were launching the marketplace, out of the blue, we got accused of taking Safex, the name, from someone else. So someone lied to the trademark office and claimed that we stole it from them. And then so as we're launching 5 exchanges, getting listed, things are rocking, people celebrating. Out of the blue, every single account for Safex was banned, suspended on Twitter, across the board, removed from coin tracking websites. And there was no other option than to prepare a massive lawsuit, with haste. And then we got a urgent relief from federal court to get the name back and block those people from doing that. But regardless of those efforts, Twitter never returned the account to its status for almost 2 years. So when I logged in to my old account, I was wondering, just out of nowhere, just thought like, hey, I put a tweet out. I said, hey, is anybody out there? And it turned out there's a lot of people, and it's the most bizarre thing that people didn't see all of the activity that was going on in parallel out on my new account, right? So that was the most bizarre thing. So if you're wondering what happened, I never checked out. In fact, I just kept doing the same, kept building and kept growing, but without like a massive portion of our community. So
Damn.
that's what, I'm like, I better get on a space, called you called you up and asked you, what's going on, like, what, can we get this thing going? And you said the best thing would be to reach out. So here we are,
Yeah.
reaching out to the world, that got left, and the way I see it at present is a world that got left behind, right? People thought I literally, that I deleted my account. I never deleted my account. I never could get it back, no matter what I did, contacting Twitter over and over and over again, lawyers, like substantiated evidence, everything, emails, tens of thousands of dollars. Twitter never returned it. And now we know, right? Elon Musk had to buy it. Now you have all the revelations, massive censorship of Twitter, right? Massive, control. Doesn't help that we're a crypto. It doesn't help that we're a privacy coin. It doesn't help this, these institutions, but it will help lots of people. There's a very, very, very huge need for our technology, and clearly, there's people out there who want to stop it, and they need to know that it'll never be stopped.
Awesome. Yeah, that's an awesome answer. So I mean, you overcame these like huge obstacles or hurdles relating to these centralized services, and you got everything, in order, relaunched. You got this going. What is going on with Safex right now?
That's kind of an all-encompassing question. What's going on with Safex now is, before I get there, I would want to mention, through that time, we launched a lot of initiatives as well. Like, we never took our foot off the gas, right? Yeah, you said centralized services. So we tried a lot of things in the mainstream, right? Trying to be like a normal company and things like that. But then, you constantly get pushback, and it makes it much more expensive, takes a lot of time, gets you, you get upset because people don't understand, no matter who communicates it, in what fashion, etc. First of all, I want to take the time to really thank those people who never gave up. So basically, all of this would not still be humming and purring how it does if it's not for the incredible community throughout all these years. So, to just start at, like, people we'd recognize, right? Like John McAfee. Um, what a, he was the sounding board, you know, that brought a massive amount of attention to Safex and what we're doing here. Then, Julian Assange, even, through WikiLeaks, gave a shout to Safex even. And you have, and he's the guy who put Bitcoin on the map, right? So then our whole mining community, at one point we were, 1/3% of Monero was mining, and 1/300th, or like 1/3000th of some number, some ratio that didn't match up, right? Our market cap of Safex Cash was not remotely close to what 1/3% of Monero's market cap was at. I think it's like, should have been like 30 million if you compared the two, but we were only at 3 million. And then, so you got a massive community of miners that just, jumped in there. Right now we're at like 4 mega hash. We reached nearly, I think it was like 70 mega hash which would be like, 6,000 computers, mining Safex. And that's on growth. By the way, if you're listening right now, if you're not mining, you need to look into it. Um, so then you have the group of miners. Then you have sellers. People desperately want in. Within just days, thousands of sellers, 1,000 sellers signed up to get access to the closed source Amazon bridge that I developed, that I tried to take mainstream, but for reasons out of my control, it was slowed down. But that code exists. That code still exists, and that vision remains. So getting the whole world of Amazon sellers to join Safex is still a thing. So then, like, further, you have still, the token holders. You still have hundreds of token holders checking in every day. In fact, the forum has 1,800 people reading still the forum to this day, and on a regular basis checking into the forum. Excalibra, the exchange I launched, you see the incredible thing like that just popped into my head is you have imagine through all of that I didn't own the exchange, right? And so I always knew when with the McAfee delisting, etc. I knew I had to put my chips into building an exchange because that you can't, it's still there. There you go. So Safex lives on regardless. And so there you go. There's a massive um, required foundation that drives Safex. I'm just a man, but the community is omnipotent.
Yeah, that definitely brings us to our next question. You have this incredible community. Well, could you dive into that a little more? I noticed that in the Safex community, you have some legends, like John and others. Could you just riff on like some of those people and just the power that they bring to Safex?
For sure. So I mentioned John McAfee and Julian Assange. By the way, if you're keeping up with the times, Julian Assange trial is uh, tomorrow. No, it's on Tuesday, about the U.S. extradition. But these two people, these two heroes, the bulwarks of freedom, they they know how things work. And over the years of you know I'm now 32 years old, but when I started this I was 24 years old. And I always knew I could feel it, but now I kind of feel it. I know it. I see it very clearly. I experienced it. And there's a whole system that is built to control the world, and there are no other options. Until Bitcoin, until these things came about, there were no other options. There really weren't. And so these two gentlemen, they know they know this from before time was possible to just know, right? You had to be a computer technologist early on to then figure out that there literally is a man behind the curtain. So I think that it's so these people inspired, and and you kind of see what they say, and then you look into the world, and then you could trust because they come from a place of they did this, they are this. And so when they tell you and you listen and you give a second to pay attention, and then you realize it's true, and then you can't unsee it. That's why they're so important, I think, to so many people. And I think that's why their message should never go unheard, because if people like John and Julian and Edward Snowden never dialogued on Safex or interacted with me, but people like that, they expose the small chance that there will be people who will always be free, and those people who can cling to that freedom and the method of that maintaining that freedom, then the world will always be a good place to live in. You see, and so like now I want to just like my mind is racing towards like, look, Safex is all encompassing, right? It's a software development. This is beyond me and you and everyone listening in here now. And the point is that, look, all these heroes, the community, the token holders, these bulwarks of freedom, John, Julian, the miners who give their computer power to enjoy the rewards of Safex, right? To keep thing humming. The forum lurkers, right? Anyone listening to this or gonna listen to this in the future, right? We have power, right? So we have the one-click miner, right? The one-click miner, piece of cake. If you have a computer, turn that on. Right now, the mining reward is at the 7th year of increase. There's one more increase to go. So these are the times. They're like, this is it. This is what this was made for. To give you time to learn about it, to hear about it, and to be patient so that you can jump in. Was it 3 years ago? Was it today? Or is it 6 months from now? Get to mining, chop. And further, right? You have the marketplace is built, and what is it built on? The Safex marketplace is built on smart contracts inside of a fork of Monero. So we have privacy smart contracts. Okay, wonderful. There is so much potential there, right? These are our powers. We have our forums, right? We have our places of discourse on safex.org, right? We have a foundation, literally a foundation that can see through the development of open source, freedom protecting technology and proliferating it. And with these tools, this is how we lead to building a vibrant future. So that's probably the next most important element. If we combine all of these things that we've done, combine these things of who we are and who we've become, then we can evolve even beyond that. Why not take the smart contracts of Safex and make a privacy network for all data? We now have AI in the world that is powering a lot of technologies, weather, materials, medical, people's private intrigues, right? All these things, they will need a place in the world, a digital world that is private. So there is a gap in the need for a technology like Safex. Safex is beyond just the marketplace. The marketplace is something significant. We decentralize Amazon. But then look what Amazon also does. They sell data services. So why not? Move on to the next element of the saga, which is data storage privately. And that being said, this is just an idea, right? But that is just an outcome of where we came from, what we went through, who we are, the power we possess, and where we could go with it. So to that effect, I think it would be incredible that we created a living white paper that we can participate, because Safex only had a little blueprint, and now it's about time. When I wanted to write the white paper, I just couldn't, just didn't roll off the tongue, because dealing with constant interruptions. However, today, being completely open source, being solely a part of the community, it's now possible that we create a document that will cover what we've done and what will be for Safex into the future. So that's that. That's that.
Yeah, man, you definitely have an incredible story. Unfathomable community support. It's so cool to see that. And you definitely accomplished most of your goals, or a lot of your goals. Yeah, just curious. Besides this white paper, can you share about what's going to be next?
Yeah, you know, there are things in the immediate term. There are things. So we've got a mobile wallet being developed as we speak. I would give it another few weeks before I would give a status update, a really proper one. I'm really hopeful to see that get built and completed in a timely fashion. And so then we also have a very important, very delayed thing is the V2, the version 2 of the wallet. So I released the wallet that only I was able to use to sell. So kind of people who I knew face to face, I gave them a copy of this wallet that you could sell upon. However, due to a number of factors, I never managed to release the all-encompassing, you know, open-ended version for everyone to use. The blockchain always could host it, and you know, the community did build their own version of that wallet, and it does work, and people did use it, and it's evidence of, you know, the code, the parts of the code I did publish are sufficient enough for anyone on the earth to introduce their own client to the blockchain. Anyway, what's on the horizon? So we've got a mobile wallet. I'm going to launch the V2. So my version of the client, right, into selling on the marketplace. Then we have that. Then we have, there's a new one-click miner coming up. So for the mining community, that'll be awesome. Mining is super important, and right now, it's so important to be mining. You have one more increasing next year, and then scarcity, and then it's a decreasing. The reward will just rapidly drop. So you want to get involved in mining today, if you can. So a mobile wallet, we have the V2, we have the updated one-click miner. I would say one big overarching need is the exchange listings for Safex. So my goal is by April's end to have another exchange for Safex token and Safex Cash, but mainly the Safex token, because right now Cash is on two exchanges, Excalibra and on Bitrue. So then getting Safex token, another exchange, is a top priority. And then, you know, we also have the Safex Bitcoin wallet revamp and EMP proofed. So Safex origin came from, we had more than 150,000 users on the Safex wallet, which was a Bitcoin Omnicoin wallet from back in the day. That's kind of my claim to fame. So I see people still try to use that wallet. It would be a shame to not let people, you know, have an update to it, and with the modern technology and modern experience that we could bring today. So that's it. That's quite a bit of things, in my opinion, and quite a bit of amazing things that I think, you know, our community will benefit from and be able to share with others. And the best part about today, this beautiful San Francisco sun rays through my window, um, it's the fact that we finally got a chance to reconnect with the people with whom we started with.
Wow, those are some really killer updates, man. Thank you so much for all the info about Safex. I definitely feel more educated about the ecosystem. And I really look forward to seeing more updates and seeing the community growing. Looks like, yeah, looks really incredible from here on out. Yeah, any other last things you want to share before we wrap it up?
Uh, now that you mention it, I do. I wanted to say, Liberland is settled. That's talk about very far out goals, right? Who would have ever thought that it would be this soon? And yeah, Liberland is settled, and it was
Oh,
all.
could you share about what Liberland is? There's a lot of people don't know about it.
Yeah, let's keep it short, right? Um,
Yeah.
uh, Let me just, so yeah, Liberland in 2015, piece of land in Eastern Europe. Few guys went and claimed it based on international laws governing unclaimed land, and they wanted to create a crypto nation, right? A crypto based blockchain, open democracy, coin powered democracy. And lo and behold, that's what we have today. So the land was blockaded by police and military until August. And I posted a tweet where I jumped off a boat. I was probably there within 2 weeks of it being settled, maybe 3 weeks within its being settlement. And yeah, just in the middle of the night by boat, because the whole day I spent collecting supplies, food, electric switches. Like, it's incredible to build a country. Anyway, so then actually a few days ago, the blockchain for Liberland was launched, and everyone who supported it all along the way received their coins, and pretty soon you'll be able to elect officials with the coins. It's literally democracy in its most pure form. You have the most incredible direct engagement in the democratic system through blockchain of a sovereign nation. So yeah, it has. It's not recognized in the UN yet. However, it is recognized. It is recognized by nations as something that exists that will not be stopped. So, yeah,
That's an incredible story as well, man. Looking forward to get more updates from there.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. That would be incredible. So that's it. Thanks a
awesome.
lot, Max. Yeah,
Thank you
thanks
so much,
everyone who's
Dan.
been here.
Thanks for all the education today, and thanks everyone tuning in. And hopefully we can do this again very soon.
Appreciate it. See you later, Max.
All right,
See you later,
take care, everybody.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.